And welcome back to All Over the Map. Thanks for tuning in on this episode. It is Football Fridays. This thing that I've started here on All Over the Map. Football Fridays, we're going to play a GeoGuessr game of stadium football grounds. And we're going to start off doing Premier League predictions. My thoughts on the games upcoming in this upcoming weekend. So we won't do every match week, but we will do the ones on Fridays of the games that are upcoming. We'll start with the Premier League. If there's any interest in this type of topic, then we'll go into doing maybe Championship, maybe other leagues throughout the world if there's that. But we'll start with the Premier League since it is probably the most popular league in the world, especially in the United States. I know we got Major League Soccer, but it's football. It's Premier League. It's popular. So I'm going to go down each game. I'm going to predict the score. I'm going to also update it on X so you actually see the scores that I put and see how I do for next week. We'll have to compare, see how you do. I'd love to know your predictions on the games, the matches this upcoming weekend down in the comments down below. So we'll run through this. We'll play the all EFL stadiums in the 92. So 92 clubs there. So let's look at the first game here. Spurs taking on Newcastle at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. One thing you'll see here, the times here are in the times East Coast United States, just the way it is. It's where I am from. I'm American, right? The other thing is I want you to note USA, this is a major network you have on cable. Peacock is a subscription-based thing that you can get. The one thing, I don't know if you know this and you're from the UK, and NBC is obviously one of the largest. It's one of the largest 3-4 major networks in the United States, USA Cable Network. But what's interesting about Peacock is I subscribe to Peacock, so certain matches aren't on the major networks that you get as part of your cable subscription. But Peacock, you can literally, there's two things that go on. One, you have a round robin of all the matches. So from Premier League Studios, it goes from one game to another, showing what's going on in those games, if there's a goal, whatever. And then the other one is there's a split screen. I think they've got 2 or 3 matches at a time that you can see on a screen at one time and switch between the commentary by hitting a button. So pretty cool. I'm not sure what you get in the UK in terms of viewership or viewing of matches. I think that there's that whole blackout thing that they have in the United States with professional sports where they want you to go to the games. So let me know about that. But if you come to the United States, you can watch all the matches. That is for sure. So the first game, we talk about Spurs. I think Newcastle is in good form. I think they win 2-1. Just the way I feel. I think Spurs kind of hit a rough patch. It's Spurs sort of thing. But I think they win 2-1. The next one, we go to Villa Park up in Birmingham. I feel, Aston Villa's just, they're going to cruise in this one. Sorry, Rude Van Nistelrooy, but 3-0 in that one. Bournemouth and Everton. It seems like Everton likes the draw. I'm going to go for a draw here. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw down on the south coast of Vitality Stadium. Crystal Palace and Chelsea, which is an interesting one at Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace got some Americans, or got an American or 2 Americans? No, 1 American. Chris Richards on the team said there's an interest there for me. Chelsea. Cole Palmer. I just think that Chelsea has got to win. They're going to come out and put it to Crystal Palace 3-1. I would say on the road, but it's not that far away from Chelsea. The next one, Manchester City is going to be back to their winning ways. They're going to have 2 wins in a row at the Etihad, a home win. I think they cruise pretty easily. 2-0 is the score there for me. We go back down to the south coast of St. Mary's. Brentford taking on Southampton. I for whatever reason, like Brentford. They're a well-coached side. I think in this one, Brentford just kind of takes over and they win. Southampton's going to struggle. I just think they're in for it. 3-0, 3-0 for Brentford. And then the last game of Saturday's matches, down again on the south coast, I guess it's what you call it. Brighton, I think they're gonna draw. I think it's gonna be a great match, one that I'm definitely gonna want to watch, especially it's on NBC. But Brighton, Arsenal, most people in the United States will see this that have access to just any type of TV. 1-1 is going to be the score. I think there's going to be a draw there. 1-1, it's going to be a good match. We move on to Sunday's games. We've got Fulham versus Ipswich, Craven Cottage, one of my favorite grounds in all of England. Craven Cottage, I definitely want to visit. Fulham's going to win this one. I don't even think it's going to be close. I didn't write this one down. I'm not sure why I didn't write this one down. Or Liverpool, Manchester United. But I think Fulham's going to win 3-0 over Ipswich at home. One of my favorite players, plays for the United States, is Anthony Robinson. If I were Manchester United, I would look at bringing him in, just because they need a back of Anthony Robinson's caliber. Nothing wrong with the low, but I just think he's a better option there on the left side. Liverpool, Manchester United. What used to be I guess it's a Northwest Derby, right? It used to be one of these matches that you get psyched up for, and I guess everybody gets jazzed up for, whatnot. I will say I do follow. I'm a Manchester United fan, supporter, just because of it was really the only team I could watch in the United States about 20 years ago on pay-per-view. So you just watch it. Great team at that point, and just followed them. I think Amorim's going to get the team ready to play. The midfield's obviously a struggle for me, but I think there's a return to, the way they played against Manchester City. I think he's going to have them ready to play. I don't think they're going to win, but I do think it's going to be respectful, unlike some of the scorelines of the past, 7-0 at Anfield. But I think I could be shredded for this, but I do think Liverpool's going to win. But I think it's going to be close. I think it's a 2-1 game. I think they could go even 2-0, but maybe they fight and they get back into it 2-1. I'm going to go for that as like not the surprise of the weekend, but something that I think Liverpool 2-1 going to be closer than most people think. But we'll see. It could go really bad though. And then on Monday, which, as I see here, we won't have any matches for quite some time after this. We won't have it for the following weekend, so I got to think about what to do for the following weekend. Maybe it's the weekend to do championship if the championship's playing, or maybe FA Cup. Not sure what's up the week after. But Monday ends the weekend, the match week. We got Wolves hosting Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest surprised, but I just like the way Nuno Espirito Santo. I like him as a manager. Underrated when he coached Wolves. They had them playing well. One of my favorite teams playing on FIFA at the time. But I think Nottingham Forest is going to win 2-1. It's going to be a good match. It's a good matchup. What's interesting is on this, usually on Mondays, what we get on Monday afternoons for these matches on our network is Martin Tyler. So I know Martin Tyler's a famous commentator in England, but I think we usually get him on Monday afternoons, which is always good to hear. Good to hear somebody that's been around for a long time. Something when I first started really being able to watch football in the United States from the Premier League, it was Martin Tyler. It was John Motson. Some of my favorite commentators when you first hear those voices back in the late 90s, early 2000s on pay-per-view. In the United States. All right, so enough of that. Like I said, I'll put these scores, my predictions, up on X for those of you that want to see. I'll put them up there, and we're going to get into this game and play the all EFL stadiums in the 2025 season, and we're going to do this as a no time limit moving challenge. The play along link for those of you who want to play along will be in the description below, and off we go to EFL stadiums here on GeoGuessr. Oh boy, and we get the first round. Wouldn't you know? Manchester United. Got to take a sip of my Diet Coke there. Yes, I do drink a lot of. It's probably too much Diet Coke. And no, I'm not giving it up for my New Year's resolution. That is not it. But it's interesting. We get the Sir Alex Ferguson stand, the Stretford end. Look at that, the sun setting on Old Trafford. Hopefully no pun intended there, but yeah, Manchester United, there we go. The Sir Alex Ferguson stand. How do we get this for the first round? So we go off to Manchester, and there's Old Trafford standing out like a sore thumb. We're high above the Theatre of Dreams. Um, well, you know what? I think wait, the sun. I had the compass off right, but this might be. I wonder if this is like a winter. Looks like a winter. Yeah, winter type of picture. But it was one of my goals to see a football match at this stadium. So hopefully I get there. Hopefully I can do that. I mean, I'm gonna have to play a lot of these games, do a lot, create a lot of content to get there. But hopefully that's the case soon. We'd love to see a match here in this ground. Hopefully before they upgrade it or whatever they plan on doing. I'd love to see a match here at Manchester United. Manchester United, if you're listening, love for you to invite me over, but probably not here on this small, tiny little channel. Take a look at that. There it is, Manchester United. Again, like I said, they're going to put up a fight, I believe. I think the Amarim's going to get the best out of them this weekend, but not enough. And look at that. We go from we go the opposite of the Roy Keane route, which is from the Brian Clough stand to Manchester. We go from Manchester to Nottingham Forest. I do watch a lot of the overlap, which I don't know how many of you watch it, but as an American, it's very insightful. It is. I wish really what they should do in the United States with American football, baseball, is to have a similar type of podcast with famous players in the leagues. I don't know one that exists, but imagine like having Tom Brady, like Tom Brady, Peyton Manning doing a podcast on a weekly basis. That would be, I mean, you'd probably get so many people watching throughout the world. Maybe not, but part of it is just being able to hear some of the stories, just amazing stories of the past. Martin O'Neill in the latest overlap, which is great. I love hearing the storytelling and his time at Nottingham Forest. But here's Nottingham Forest. Just what a beautiful picture this. And the reason why I like these overhead drone shots is because you get to see the city of Nottingham, the river, the football ground, where people would walk or where people do walk to the match. And look at this. What is this? This is the cricket ground. Wow, interesting. How about that? So we go from Manchester to Nottingham. Like I said, the opposite way of Roy Keane. The city ground. The Knots. Wait, hold on. What is this? There's a J.D. Weatherspoon. What is this ground? The library at Trent Bridge. Okay, Trent Bridge Cricket Ground, landmark cricket field from the 1830s. Wow, maybe I should do like a all sports stadium game of the UK. That should be one. But there's the Notts County Stadium. So Meadow Lane. So we got two. So you get two stadiums for the price of one here on this game. But let's see where we're located. We're located at right here, right off the corner of the. Now we're on this. Yeah, the first haircut barber, the Bubble and the Bean, Chloe's Cobb Stop. What's a Cobb shop? What is that? So I said in these, I see a lot of haircut places. Look at this, barbers, haircut barber. The other thing, I see a lot of vape shops and stuff like that, which is interesting. But there we are, Nottingham. All right, we're off a little bit there. 201 yards. All right. Ooh, look at this. This actually looks like. Oh, wait a minute. You know what this? This. Yeah, my son was here playing this game, which he's not. He would see this football ground, and he's going to see this as the immediate, like one of the standard, the football grounds on FC 24-25. We did get FC 25 from Santa, but this has got to be with the buildings in the background, the lights. This is one of the, I wouldn't see the standard grounds, but it's like the town stadium or the town football ground on formerly FIFA, not FC 24-25. So that's interesting. Now I can. Does this say Stockport? So this is probably. I love these pictures because there's so much going on. And heck, maybe you see yourself. That'd be cool to see that. No smoking, no e-cigs. That guy's actually playing all over the map's GeoGuessr game. Okay, so I think yeah, that's where you're sitting, buddy. Bro, that's where you're sitting, bro. You talking to me? Um, I do like to people watch. So when I'm in football grounds or stadiums, NFL stadiums, I do like to people watch and see what people are up to. Tony, all right. On a, I think that's what I love about this right here is what I love about football grounds. Just built into the fabric of the community. National League champions 21-22. I gotta think that's Stockport County. The reason why Stockport County, that's Southport. Shoot, Stockport. Shoot, no, Stockport, Manchester. So we're not that far away from Manchester. Okay, so this is all right. So Stockport County, I feel like they've been moving up. Like you got the whole Wrexham thing where they've been moving up, gaining promotion. But I feel like Stockport County is another one. I see this where they're National League. I feel like they're like League One now. I could be wrong on that. Stockport County Football Club, Edgeley Park. I'm gonna say they were here. This is it. Looking off to the buildings over here in Stockport. And it is Edgeley Park, Stockport County Football Club. I'm not sure where they exist right now on the table. Somebody can comment down below, but I think they're advancing pretty high, are moving pretty quickly up the table. But now we know Edgeley Park is the actual, I think it's the town stadium. All right, Morecambe. Morecambe. I know how this is Morecambe FC, home of the shrimps or the prawns, whatever you want to call them. The Right and Lord Stand, the club shop, JB's Bar. The other thing when I come visit the UK, the Hurley Flyer. What an interesting name for a place. That sounds pretty good to me. Is I really obviously I want to see Old Trafford, see a match there, but I love to see matches at the smaller, like League One, League Two, even non-league. So Morecambe, it's on the water. It's like I know it's in the north somewhere. Is it far north? I feel like it's far north. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's one of the northerly towns. Morecambe Cricket Club, and there's the Mazuma Stadium. The Hurley Flyer is the entrance to it. So there we are. Pretty cool. But yeah, like this would be a great place to watch a football match. See lower leagues and non-league sides. By the way, if you're any fans of these football clubs, let me know in the comments down below, and let me know who would be Morecambe's. What would be a derby with Morecambe? I guess, or big rival, Lancaster. So there are Morecambe, and we get off to the fifth and final round. And look at that, we got Leeds United Football Club. Leeds versus Ipswich. Betting windows, which we do not have in stadiums in the United States, although that's changing. It was up until about 10 years ago. You couldn't even bet. It was illegal to bet on any type of sporting outside of Las Vegas. That guy looks like he's got some type of, maybe he's got a sausage roll. The Revy Stand, dedicated to the memory of Don Revy, manager of Leeds from 1961 to 1974, to whom the city of Leeds and Leeds United Football Club will be eternally grateful. League champions, Division II champions, FA Cup winners in 1972, finalists in 63, 76, and I think that's 78. League Cup winners. Wow, what a resume or CV for this person, the Right Honorable. All right, so 1994, Ellen Road is where we are located. Leeds. Oh, look at that. Leeds is up 1-0 over Ipswich. TVs will be switched off 10 minutes prior to the final whistle. There's the brown sauce, the beer, and yeah, not too many people on the concourse. But a lot of beers have been drunk at Ellen Road. So Ellen Road. I think I've done this before. I think it's a little south of there it is, south of Leeds. Leeds, home of Brendan Aronson. It's a Medford Messi, Medford, New Jersey. Look at that. So what's interesting about this is Google, whatever they've done here, Google this picture, I would say Street View, it's got these little, these are the heat lamps to light up the field. So that's pretty interesting how they have that there. So now I know how they put this all together. Well, I'm not really sure what stand we're in. Well, we know what stand we're in, but I'm not sure where we're. Well, let's do this. Looking south, southeast. So let's say we're there. Right across the street from the old Peacock. No. Leeds United. So we got 24,977. We got Morecambe. We got Stockport County, Manchester United, Leeds United, and Nottingham Forest. So that's an interesting trio there, and then a couple in the EFL. So 3 Premier League teams and the 2 in the EFL. Good one. This one, EFL stadiums. We'll definitely do this one. Didn't realize the game was created by Cole Palmer. Thanks, Cole Palmer. If it is the real Cole Palmer, invite me over. Have me come watch a match. But anyway, I hopefully enjoyed this episode on All Over the Map. Trying to do something different. We will be doing some live streams this year. We will also be doing some reaction videos as well. But I feel like this is going to be Football Friday. It's a good one to do. Maybe we make this bigger. Maybe we have a couple episodes. Who knows? But football, I love it. It's one of my favorite sports, as we call it here in the United States, soccer. I also coach it. I coach youth football. So yeah, so this is a part of the day-to-day in my life is football, and my kids all play it, and as do I, as an old man. So with that said, again, come check out the scores on X. Hit the like button if you haven't already, and until next time, cheers.